We have 15 minutes yet.
That's what we'll just tell everybody.
Yeah.
Off night.
Okay. Say something, Mike. We'll see if it moves.
Good evening.
Welcome. These are the days of our lives. As the river rolls. Welcome to the dark side of the rising sun. I'll spill the dirt. I threatened to write one of those to put it in my lockbox till after I'm dead.
I bet you could write a couple.
Oh, I could write a few, yeah. Well, being corner, you find out what I'm saying.
What's up?
You see this? That's how much we received.
You got me saying more.
This is what we spent.
Yeah.
That's 7%.
That's funny. Man.
So we're on.
I knew it. You do 7%. I say it's 14x on our investment. Love to get those numbers anywhere else.
You guys. Through these.
So anyhow.
I may have emailed it to you. And if.
So we're gonna increase the contract.
Okay.
If we already have
See.
this much. I
All
see.
right.
Yeah, this is like the
Right?
Yeah.
12th time we've
Yeah.
redone the contract.
Yeah, pretty weak. Just keep doing it.
Yeah. It's a heck of a return on investment.
Did you get it, Denise? No, I didn't put it in there, but you remind me, I'll email it to you. But I haven't got to read it all, but I read some of it and I thought
Light
it was
reading.
good information.
Some light reading.
Yeah, very light.
Good news.
Okay.
I had to put my stuff, I had so much, I had.
My neighbor moved
Separate.
across.
There you
Or he
go.
was mowing it when I left the house today.
So it happens everywhere, no?
Oh, yeah, no, and Lawrenceburg's got a paid ordinance officer that just drives around and looks for ordinance
Oh, really?
violations, and
Yeah.
then my guy the guy next to me hadn't mowed in a while.
And I know some of the jobs
Jeffrey.
we did up there, they didn't fool around.
I wish you.
Yeah, there you go.
Good.
Yeah.
Where we're heading now, that's right.
Between them
Right.
and that's so many days they give you and that's it. Well, and
Ours is 10, which was some ladders, so.
Well, they were reading very few litigation. That's
all you guys do is have.
That's, you know.
It sure did.
So you've seen something.
Yeah. Sure like to get.
Hey there.
How are you?
Got me a few ink pens here. You might need one.
Here.
Todd's at the car show, I think. so.
Yeah, we got
Oh, yeah, that's right, he is.
big Pontiac show, right? Yeah, that's what it is.
Maybe Lucy will get him.
Yeah. That's why he goes to that, that's it, centers around Pontiacs, I think.
Yeah, this one is.
He does well.
He does good.
He said he's won like 40 some times.
He goes to the car show about twice a week.
Remember his sports guys on him?
Yeah.
All the trophies around the front.
He had that retractable.
Yeah, he has two of them.
Top.
Well, he actually has three, you know, best, maybe
What kind of car is it?
40, this is
40.
59.
There's
The trunk's kind of long, and the whole top like.
And they,
See, look at looking on the little additions.
Good stuff.
So what you think? What's up, buddy?
Living the dream, how about you?
yeah,
Good to see
You
you.
need to have some old cars, where would you put them?
So everything will good.
They set around, which they don't.
Bunch of it.
Yeah, yellow, cranberry and.
Just.
Yeah.
Yellow.
You know, at some point I want to touch on that email I sent today about
Most of these guys targeting.
Oh, yeah.
accessing grant money.
Yes.
The suspensions off the
Because
We need to request it.
well, in the bond issue, there are certain stipulations as to reimbursement from bond proceeds,
And it had flat spots on them. The next
which,
time I got
well,
down,
put all this stuff in the same pool for the project.
Veterinary.
You know.
It's a real thing.
And I swear it's been
Bond
Part of
proceeds
anything
from
is
the grant.
That's where it bedded.
Beforehand,
bedded up
If
there.
these things qualify as being
They're all
reimbursed from the
getting out
grant.
of fire.
Let's do them now. So now I've got a lot more
Hardly, you know, it's like.
clarity.
They said.
Yeah, bond proceeds. are-
They set them up in their front yard one.
It'll just make it easier, if that's possible. If not, it has to wait, that's fine, but
I drove it up to Hag Ford and
Wouldn't
I
be
pulled in
possible.
and.
yeah, I mean, you know, it depends on how they define it. But
It's real low mile.
Engineering,
It's $5.
purchase,
Yeah, put
transformers,
$5
yeah.
all the time.
those should be deleted,
Yeah, I'm running out there and
but
she said, are you trading this? I
if
said,
you guys kind of
I said, it's
push that forward, would be good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So any public comments that you received since our month ago?
Interior and lights would float.
Okay.
and stuff.
No,
So I'm just gonna plan on answering questions.
Paul
and-
Cliff out
We
there,
do
he
lots.
was the safety guys at the time.
Yeah.
I said, Mr. Mink said anything he wants. I want that car. I went out and sent a 4-wheel drive truck. Russ.
Right, right, yeah. He was a talker, wasn't
Yeah. So, yeah, I got a,
He's not.
Brandon,
I think I owe five,
He is.
8-foot bed, 4-wheel drive. Nice.
Hmm.
Better than I would have bought,
Love the
Right.
interstate.
you know? Traded even. Took off. That was a good day for me.
that's something that wouldn't normally happen in the dealership, but you.
They all.
Yeah.
But
So we should be good.
normally it goes the other way.
Yeah, I just plan on the
True.
Yeah.
questions.
I get her.
One.
That's it.
She had no
No,
intention
we-
of reselling
I
that.
mean,
Yeah, she didn't want
I
to.
They said she had it when she died. I don't know where it went, but it was.
My phone call recently.
Yes, that was. Did you? Earlier today.
I think it's saying over there.
That's the same. Yeah, I heard you.
Those things manual driving on their cell van, really good quality stuff.
he? Couple with that.
Jaguars.
Absolutely.
I missed it.
Real quiet.
I haven't
Sure, and fit good on
Mark.
It's good.
Yeah.
Especially your onions.
Right.
We had to figure out.
I
how
had
they
to
were
work
married.
it out.
We've had-
Hey,
That might be good.
well, British.
I thought it was good. So, I was gonna
That's big old British, right? And.
Rick, I won't have to keep learning.
Did you know
So
that?
we need to maybe figure out if there's something new I need to do on the budget. I was looking at it, I didn't see.
Really?
Yeah.
I think really,
I've not got a chance to go into that yet for that budget too.
No, this is not terrible. I mean, it's not a big deal.
What
It's
is,
not terrible.
they want some specific.
Yeah.
I figure it would have lots of bugs in it, so
I do too,
I
but
haven't ventured into it yet, because I'm still doing.
Said I-
well, tell you, I didn't think it was, I mean, the further it gets in, I felt like I could do the
Said I had to put new tires on, I took it back over.
The further it gets into the, what, the fourth
February, and I said.
meeting
Yeah.
and stuff, that's where I'll probably need your help. It's the same,
Let's figure out what we're
premise.
doing.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, it looks pretty good, but like you said, there's gonna be bugs.
Hey, when they come, Board of Accounts comes down to audit,
Yes.
we'll take them a couple weeks, as we're just doing 2 years this time.
I'll give you repairs.
My part, it was in blue app.
Can you get together your first 5 amounts that it cost us?
Yeah,
Uh,
like a breakdown.
I sent. I
Really?
Yeah, I, but I sent, no, I'm just trying to tackle this again, because I sent to Matt and the lobbyists we use in Dearborn County, as well as I sent to Randy and Garrett. Sewer district up in
There's no
Lawrenceburg, it has gone from $26 $2,600 in 2018 to $17,000 in 2020.
They were signing off.
Cars. I didn't use.
They were doing an examination, which.
Fuel must.
Well, And what I've always heard is that they are fully financed by the legislature. So anything they get, it's above and beyond what they need to.
Driver.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I've always heard that
Still
too.
look pretty hot. I didn't run the crap out of it. I can't do that.
See, I had talked to somebody before, I know a friend that was Burdick, or somebody, because I know this is like Burdick's question. It's like, right? But somebody had told me that they were funded, like they were funded by the legislature every 2 years. And so they're making all these audits.
You, I just listened today.
Now, the school district does have 23 statutory SRF, but I don't know that there's just
I had this,
617,000 for a 2-year audit.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Kind of like.
They said.
My, you know, you said, how are you?
I'm good, are you?
Yeah.
You know, everybody thinks a motorcycle, they're not.
No, it was barely.
Smoke.
You could burn a tank this time.
Yeah, it's not.
If you're.
Yeah, scream.
And it's got a little bitty tank on it, it's only good for 80, 90 miles on the tank.
If you're really,
You know, how much fuel in it, tank says I can see it.
Yeah.
It's small.
If you're nice, if you're ripping it, don't last at all. I'll run out. Or run around.
It's got reserve, you only got to have gas. Who knows?
Yeah.
We're gonna handle it.
Yeah. So.
The video shows, you don't have model.
Never know.
Getting from what color they would have us consider. Yeah.
But there's other things, but like
Couple years.
they don't have.
Yeah.
What have you been up to? Heard you were sick.
Oh, I was real sick, yeah, last night.
They have agendas.
I've had to carry me home.
There's
Yeah?
I was gonna pass out. Just when I a bunch of chest guys.
They start mid.
You all right now? You on the mend?
Yeah, I laid around for.
yeah, I would say.
It's nice having a wife as an RN because listen to my chat.
Crystal has no bedside manner at home.
Don't shake.
No. When I'm sick,
Leave them on, leave it at work.
she does. Hi, Don.
Good evening.
Or like if my back's bothering me, she's like, oh, it can't be that way. And one time her back was bothering her, and I was like, that's what I deal with all the time.
Few days I lay in bed. Now it's sitting. Some
Postcard on utilities. Is that the thing to start with? I keep.
Yeah, both are in motion.
Which part from the utility? I understand.
Hey, it's a meeting about rate changes. Is that tonight?
That would be here, that would be in front of city council, that is on the other end.
Perfect.
Yes.
How are you doing? Here.
I'm good, yeah.
Great. What is that? I have 6 of them. Join in the pledge, please. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
On if you would.
Join me in prayer. Father, we thank you for this evening and the chance to meet here and discuss business that's important to our community. We ask that you would give us wisdom and direction to make the right choices that will benefit the citizens here and will help our community grow and thrive. Father, we also pray for world leaders and give them wisdom and direction as well to help bring peace and keep our men and women in the military safe and bring them home as quickly as possible. Father, we just thank you for your love and care for us, and we pray all this in Christ's name. Amen.
Man.
Too much stuff.
All right, Ray, do we have a determination of quorum?
I have a determination of quorum with all but Todd here. He said he was going to be out. And we've got the mayor and Andy.
All right, the approval of the May 7th, 2026 minutes. Also have any discussion on that?
Good looking. I'll make a motion, we accept the minute.
Motion by Cliff to accept the minutes. Second by Britt. All those in favor?
Aye.
That's unanimous. Mike?
Well, it's that time of year again. Community crossing grants. You may have noticed the crack ceiling being down. And today we actually did Downey Street from 262 to First Street. So that goes right behind the high school. With that being said, HWC would like to renew our contract. We have about $6,076 left. They're asking for additional $24,500 to bring up the total contract amount to $30,500. And that again will help us this year apply again to the community crossing grants. And I will remind everybody, we do get 80%. So we're asked to match 20%. Since 2016, we have been awarded a little over 2.4 million. And we've paid out 169,000 roughly for their services. So it's a great return for our money. So I would like to ask council that we enter into amending the contract. And it's been forwarded to Mr. Audendistel for review.
What time period does this increase cover in terms of? Like, when would we owe them?
When we go through it all, when we exhaust it, then we come back and add to it again.
Okay, so it's not,
It's an on-cons or all on-cons.
we're not covering a time period.
No.
This is covering our 20% basic of.
No, this is the engineering fees that we have to submit the grant. We still have to pay our 20% of whatever the project cost is.
So it runs out, the more we use them, the sooner it runs out.
Yes,
Okay,
so we don't use them very much.
might last us a while.
So, but we have to update our asset management plan. It calls for a full update this year. And
Would you have a guesstimate of how long that 30,000 would last?
Year and a half.
That kind of.
year and a half.
Okay.
Any more questions for Mike on that? Comments?
I'll make a motion to approve it then.
I'll second.
Motion by Don to approve the contract, second by Lisa. All those in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous.
Thank you.
Is that it? Thank you, Mike. Andy, do you have anything for us legally?
Have anything else? I don't have anything that's not on the agenda.
Okay. Move on to the second reading of the electric rate ordinance 2026-2.
Sisters out, and I actually have clean copies. from Keith, and I know Jeff's here, if you guys have.
As soon as you would like to speak, Jeff, on it again, or you have any questions for Jeff?
You want me to answer questions, you want to thumbnail it, or what was it like?
I think they put those in the.
Oh, yeah.
Since we don't go and get the Jeff.
And there is public here on that respect too.
So for the record, Jeff Peters, financial advisor to the city and the utility. A couple years ago, you undertook the beginnings of your electric project in revamping that infrastructure. You reestablished rates that you had not in a long time based on the cost estimate from the engineers at that point in time. That was approximately a year and a half, 2 years ago. Since that point in time, you also applied for a grant. You have received a grant in the amount of $1.5 million. But in the course of that time period, there have been inflationary costs to the project as well as to the operations of the utilities. And in re-looking at rates, and the recommendation from the Utility Service Board was to pursue today a very small rate increase for the electric utility, which will fund the project at its new estimated costs, less that grant money, but will also reduce the repayment period from 20 years to 15 years, which would save the project overall about $722,000. That increase for a typical electric user is like $2.50 a month. And with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
There's also this rate increases, helps us with the bonds in terms of having reserve, or is that separate?
It will help with the bonds in that the repayment period is shorter. The shorter you make the repayment period, the more secure the bonds are, the more bidders you'll get, the less interest you'll pay.
Also, the ratio has to be right to fund the bonds in the first place, right?
Yeah, and you originally established it correctly at 20 years. You still had more than that once the grant proceeds went into it. But today, if you want to correct that ratio for a 15-year repayment, you do need to install these new roofs.
Yeah, I think that's what I was trying to refer to.
Yes.
That sounds exactly what we've covered over the last 3 months of years.
I do. Ma'am, you're here on this behalf, would you like to ask any questions?
Yeah, what is the current rate now and what are you proposing it go to?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I think
Do you have that handy?
I have it right here.
What's the legal thing?
There, I can hand it. You can just, Lisa, I can just hand it to her.
Right. I've been with Rising Sun Utilities for quite some time. And, I think one of my biggest arguments really doesn't have to do with rates so much as it does, guys are so far behind on trying to get bills in on time to you. And the reason is because, oh, our mail is slow down here. Sometimes we don't get our mail in time, and you haven't done anything to keep up with the current way of doing business. We all now are doing our stuff online. We're not signing checks and putting them in the mail. My thing is, if you're gonna ask the customer for more money, then we should at least get something in return. We should get better services, because every month I am getting a late fee. And I'm not a typical house that I have one electric bill, and I have businesses, so it's not multiple. And the system that I deal with Verizon Sun just is not working. If the time period is too slow, there's too many other variables that are affecting my bill, and I don't like that. So I know that's not you, you're a financial advisor, but for the city, I think the city really ought to look into, well, can't we have an ACH or something at a bank where somebody can just pay us electronically? Why do we need to still stay in yesteryear?
I do,
That's all I
Are you
have.
aware you have auto pay?
I do all of my banking out of my bank. If I had to go to your website and this website and this it would take me forever.
you can actually though set, you can set it up auto pay.
Yeah.
I do that.
I do.
Where it directly.
But it doesn't work for me.
Okay,
I just want to be able to pay my bill and be able to get it in on time. And either expand the time or give us an avenue where if now my bank is sending you basically a check. And if the mail is delayed because of snow or whatever, it gets in late. So,
your bank doesn't wire it, they actually
they
send it.
send a check because you guys aren't set up for
Oh,
it.
yes, we are. We're set up for direct deposit. You can do that through the utility office. Yes, ma'am, you can. It can be done. You just.
I don't know what you mean.
If I can interject real quick,
Sure.
this process does require a formal public hearing.
Sure.
And so we kind of got ahead here. So if somebody could motion to open the public hearing.
Motion by Lisa to open the public hearing.
No, second.
Second by Dawn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Public hearing is open.
Sorry, we got a little ahead there. Ms. Barker, you had some comments. Did you have anything additional or?
No, I just received a postcard that said it was tonight. I didn't know if it was here or if it was somewhere else, so that's why I showed up tonight.
Thank you. Any other comments? On the utility, are you here to speak on the utilities? Okay,
So if nobody has anything else, you can move to close the public hearing.
motion by Lisa to close the public hearing.
No, second.
Second by Cliff. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff. So we've done first reading, second reading, and held the formal public hearing. So if council so desires, you can now move to adopt ordinance 2026-2.
Dash two.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to read it, accept ordinance 2026-2. Right.
Motion by Cliff, accept ordinance 2026-2. Second by Lisa. All those in favor?
Aye.
Carries unanimous. Thank you. Additional appropriation ordinance, right?
Can I, let's get these
Take that
two
down.
signed. Two of them. Okay,
You have one.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring one down. I'll start them down on your end. And this is I is on the right. Pete does his ordinances different.
thanks, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah, be careful.
So there's gonna be two of them and sign on the right side.
Okay, I had these in order. We'll start with this one. Okay, additional appropriation, just so you guys, we discussed this. Couple of months ago, I mentioned that we were gonna need to do an additional appropriation. Basically, you do additional appropriation for a couple reasons. One being additional funds and one being additional expenses and maybe sometimes both. So, back at the budget time, we knew that some of these, as we've said before, we can't spend the money twice. So when we go to do the budget, those things kind of fall out and we have to reappropriate it at the beginning of the year. So on your additional appropriation, the ordinance would be 2026-3. And basically, you have EDC, there's $16,244 there. For an additional, that was just because that's all we had last year. And we didn't spend it, so we had to wait to reappropriate it this year. Navy Beam, that's just our additional funds that we allotted for there. City HRA, it's just, there was a little more funds available in there. RLF fund was the same as EDC, and in the fact that the budget wasn't all spent last year, so it had to be reappropriated. MVH restricted, I've tried to figure out ways to spend the MVH restricted, and so we found a few to do with the paving that Mike's working on, and so I just wanted to put enough in there that we had that available, and then the community crossing grant funds is the same, so there's nothing that is out of the ordinary that I did not expect. So, and it doesn't mean that we have to spend this. It just means that we have the ability to spend this if you so desire. And because it's an ordinance, right? It has to be permission to suspend the rules.
Yeah, so that would stand for first reading, but if you so desire, you can move to suspend the rules and adopt tonight, or bring it back next month.
Is there a need to suspend the rules? I mean, we need to do it this month, or?
It's just the advertising and everything. They do it now through the computer, and we have so many days to file it. So, I mean, we just have it in the past, I guess. So I can't say that I have it. I mean, I went back in 25.
We've advertised.
Yeah.
So we're within, there is a time frame in which we.
Yeah, I have to go on and enter them, but it used to be 15 days that we had to get it approved. But now you do it all online, and it is a lot simpler, but I'm not real sure, Andy, on how long, if I hold off until next month, if we have to re-advertise. Might tell you on the gate, but
So, normally it's 10 days before, which would be the 23rd, but that means you'd have to be in the paper on the 18th, which is 2 weeks.
I've already had it in the paper.
Right. Oh, I thought that's what you're saying about
Yeah.
doing it.
We okay with,
We'll
I'll make a motion, we suspend the rules.
I'll second this.
Motion by Don to suspend the rules, seconded by
Yeah.
Cliff. All those in favor?
Aye.
Rules are suspended.
Ordinance number
20.
I'll make a motion then that we approve the appropriation.
Motion by Don to approve ordinance 2026-3,
second.
seconded by Britt. All those in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Thanks.
We'll see what we can find out. You got one, Lisa? Thank you.
All right, you signing that. We got the 2026-27 budget schedule. You want to touch on that, Ray?
Yeah. Basically, I sent that out for everybody to look at, and after I looked at a few dates, I know that Britt had a couple. I gotta find my correct file here because we had so many. But we had a couple issues with the last meeting from 9/17 to 9/24 in there for the budget adoption meeting. And after looking at it, I mean, we could do 9/14 or 15, potentially, Britt, if
Yeah.
that would,
I'm in the first half of it.
I thought you, I mean, if everybody else was okay with we don't have to do the 17th, it has to be 10 days, at least 10 days after 9/3. So we could do 14, 15. 14 or 15, I think is where,
Fourth is where it works.
yeah, I know, but he can't do that.
Sound like everybody else can make it either way, right? So.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter to me, I just, we have to have, that's one of the dates that's set. Once we set that date, like after it's published in August, that date is set. And so if we don't have 3, and if we don't have 3, then we can't act. I guess we. So that was just my thing. If we wanted to do it the 15th or the 16th, we could, if all you guys were good with that.
I don't have any conflicts at this point on any of those dates, so whatever works.
What would be the regular scheduled time?
6.
6.
I have 3 of us.
Yeah, we have to have 3, yes.
And we're looking at Thursdays, or we're looking at changing it off of the Thursday. What, Brett, what do you need?
I'm here through the 15th and then I'm in.
Okay, so that works for you then, good.
So you don't have any conflicts.
So
Okay.
to
15th or
September 15th.
I do have Dearborn County Board of Commissioners that night, but I don't think I normally come to the budget adoption because you guys just
that's usually all we do.
adopt the budget.
So September 15th at 6, is that what we're going with?
Do I need? Just so so then that way we're set, we got her. Then like I said, if something comes up prior to the publication on 8/20, we can move those dates, but after that publication, we cannot. So.
Proclamation for the 250th year of our country.
Yeah.
Let's
See.
Proclamation of the City of Rising Sun, Indiana. Whereas between 1607 with the establishment of the colony of Virginia and 1732 with the establishment of the province of Georgia, the British Empire expanded into the New World through the creation of 13 chartered colonies located along the east coast of North America. Whereas by 1774, the population of the 13 colonies had expanded to 2.4 million people, and while granted limited autonomy, these individuals, freemen and slaves alike, were subjects of the British Crown. Whereas saddled with debt from the French and Indian War and the 7 Years' War, King George III in Parliament sought to bolster British coffers through increased taxation and control in the 13 colonies. Whereas English Parliament enacted the Stamp Act in 1765, thus giving rise to the No Taxation Without Representation rallying cry in the colonies, and the Tea Act in 1773. These acts bypassed colonial legislatures and sowed discontent, leading to organized protests such as the Boston Tea Party by the Sons of Liberty in December 1773. Whereas the opening shots of the Revolutionary War were fired at the battles of Lexington and Concord in April 1775 as a group of patriots repelled British forces. Thereafter, all royal officials were expelled from the colonies. In response, British Parliament formally declared the colonies to be in a state of rebellion in August 1775. Whereas the Second Continental Congress was called in 1775 and included delegates from all of the 13 colonies. This Congress authorized the raising of an army to be commanded by General George Washington and charged the Committee of Five, John Adams, Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, Robert R. Livingston, and Roger Sherman with authoring a declaration to be issued to King George III. Whereas the Declaration of Independence was drafted largely by Thomas Jefferson between June 11, 1776 and June 28, 1776, and the preamble famously begins with the following universal Declaration of Rights. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Whereas the Second Continental Congress approved a resolution for independence on July 2nd, 1776, and unanimously approved the Declaration of Independence on July 4th, 1776. Whereas the American War of Independence was fought over a period of 8 years before formally ending with the signing of the Treaty of Paris on September 3rd, 1783. Whereas the 4th day of July, 2026 will be the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence and the birth of our great nation. And whereas the city of Rising Sun, Indiana, itself settled in 1798 and founded in 1814, in anticipation of this historic anniversary, does hereby reaffirm those basic tenets of human dignity, that we are all endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights, chief among these being life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Therefore, be it proclaimed by the mayor and the common council of the city of Rising Sun, Indiana, that throughout the year 2026, the city of Rising Sun will be celebrating the Declaration of Independence and honoring those extraordinary patriots that fought not only for the independence of our nation, but also for the unalienable rights of all people, and did so with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence. We mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. In witness whereof this proclamation bearing the seal of the city of Rising Sun, Indiana, and the signatures of its duly authorized officers is approved at Rising Sun, Indiana, this the 4th day of June in the year of our Lord 2026.
Good job.
Thanks.
Well written.
Cliff would have corrected me on any of that.
Great.
Find that.
I wrote that.
You wrote it.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's really good.
Quite many. Yes.
Dang,
He does a good job.
Yeah.
you should publish that.
Well, it'll be something very similar will be adopted in Dearborn County and already has been in Brookfield. I didn't write it 3 different times.
So we approve.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
move to approve that.
We may need to make that as a motion.
Yes.
I'll move that we approve.
Motion by
This
Don to
declaration.
approve the 250th year proclamation,
I'd like to second that.
seconded by Cliff, all those in favor,
Aye.
unanimous.
Thank you. Good job.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Great. Great.
Mr. Rowe,
Thank you, everybody.
haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, I know. How's everything going?
Good, you?
Good. Last fall, I came down to talk about reinstating the casino revenue sharing with the school, and you guys graciously did that. And it's very, very well helps. So we appreciate that. At the same meeting, you guys asked if I would come back annually to discuss that. And I asked if there'd be a possibility to do that a little earlier than fall, just for budgeting purposes. So I asked Ray if I could be on the agenda tonight to start the request. So that's just why I'm here. See if we could continue the same process that we had prior to 2020.
I will say I did some numbers that you had me do last time. And this isn't gospel because it's not complete, but you guys can, I went over them with Steve. And, you know, so you can kind of see where it's been over the years. And once I get those green blocks filled in, then we'll know for sure. I filled them in with what was received last year. So you have an idea of where the,
It appears right now that revenue's very similar to last year.
we hope that continues for fourth and supplemental.
True.
And, you know, that we've already, we did pay, we paid the, we paid both installments from December and then the January when, so, and we already did the transfer for another December payment if we so desire, so.
So this one's pending on the effects of the December payment, right?
Yeah, we usually get the supplemental. I think by law it has to be here September 15. So, and it's usually here earlier now.
When did you get your rent?
It's, the supplemental is supposed to be here by September 15,
So
but it's usually here earlier now because, or it has been the past few years because everybody's budgets are so tight. So, but, you know, it appears, you know, at a glance, if I did the average right, it was about 153. If you averaged all, I just averaged on it.
And just so you guys know, over the last couple of years, at Senate Bill 1, we've made some significant cuts. We made $613,000 worth of staff cuts last year. We're looking at additional about $130,000 over this summer. So it's not something that we're, coming down and asking for money that we don't need. Obviously, we're making cuts to try to get ahead of this, just like you guys are.
okay. Appreciate that.
Mhm.
What do you need at this point, Ray, for this to go through for December on?
I mean, I would say
The spring total, we're right. Probably.
I put in the last time we didn't approve it until like October. But, we've moved the funds and if you wanted to stay in the same manner as it was last time, it was 150. And 75 went in December and 75 went in January. And that's, fairly close to what was there the last
So
time,
the actual number is 139, 685, 62, and we rounded it up to 150.
last time.
So
The two installments.
I'm trying to push that a little bit. We're good with that.
So.
Yep.
So what are they, we did Yeah.
So last year we did a formal school endowment donation agreement. So if you guys, it sounds like you're fine with that, I can get that updated and we can bring it back next month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect, like fine. Gotta have our school.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming, Jeff. Speak.
Yeah, do you want me to come back next month? When is I'm in Alaska.
July 2nd.
It'll just
July, so I could probably make that one.
You can, but it's at that point, I think it's just gonna be a matter of he has the paperwork in order, so I don't feel like you have to.
Okay.
But the plans.
Well, if that changes, let me know. I think I probably can make the second. I leave right around.
I'll pack my bag.
Come along. I'm off to coach a U12 baseball game. So
All right.
Oh.
thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
RLF recommendation.
Right. I sent this in your information. The RLF board has recommended a loan to Donnie and Jennifer Bavard. It was in the amount of approximately 30,000. Why we say approximately is because there are closing costs, etc.
Which building?
And
Yes.
Yeah.
I went blank on which.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's put,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's put some work into
Yeah.
it himself
He's
and
trying to do something with it.
Yeah.
It needs growth and that's structurally, that's one most important thing.
he said he's doing the roof right now. And he's wanting to do he's done some structural work to it as well with the beaming. And he hopes to have a couple business rentals in there and
Residential on the second floor.
residential on the second. So,
Yeah, and business on the first, correct?
mhm.
Right, business only on
Yeah.
ground level.
I just wanted to clarify that.
I know you're feeling it.
Yeah.
You need a motion to approve
We do.
on with the.
Motion by Lisa to approve RLF's recommendation on the loan.
I'll second it.
Second.
Historic building. Do it.
Seconded by Cliff. All those in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Thanks. All right, rule of a conflict of interest. You have that or?
Yes.
Yeah, everybody wants to know this, yeah.
So the property on North High Street with the nuisance was sent a notice of violation and a continuous abatement order and given a certain amount of time to get the nuisance corrected. They have not done so, obviously. So Jason did obtain quotes for that property to be, I mean, it's gonna need to be bush hogged at this point. And so those quotes were presented to the Board of Works last week. The low bidder was Corey Morris for $450, which was surprisingly low. And that is for mowing and trimming of the property. Corey Morris is a street laborer with the city. So prior to entering into any contract with Corey to do the work, he has to present to the council, which is in your packet, a conflict of interest disclosure form, and that has to be accepted by council prior to any contract being entered into. And we did this previously. Corey also mows the cemeteries. In that situation, he was the only bidder. We did have 3 bidders this time for this property up here, and Corey was the low bidder.
And there'll be some more ongoing.
Yeah, so he did also include a per occurrence cost moving forward, because again, the property owner's been issued a continuous abatement order. And so if this comes up again, rather than having to go through the whole bidding process again, it's $75. You know, if we need to call Corey back, it would be $75.
A month, honestly, like.
Well, I would say
The initial,
every week it probably needs mowed at a cost of $75.
And that's, I think, what it's in on the paper, the quote, I think
The time
said.
it goes
per
by,
week.
it needs bush hog.
the thing is, there's criteria on it. It's 6 inches according to ordinance, which isn't very tall. So yeah, initially, whoever was his contractor realizes that they have to cut it as well as remove. But it still looks like a hayfield if you don't get rid of the debris. And then as it comes back, when it gets above when it breaks the ordinance again, at that point, then we'll send a crew in again.
Does the city recoup these fees from the owner?
So once the work has been completed, they'll be sent a bill, and if that bill is not paid, then we certify the amount to the auditor and it's added to the tax bill.
And it's in my understanding, if that's not satisfied, a lien can be put on the property.
It's considered a mow.
Okay.
It's considered like a special assessment.
We did one,
It is a-
Debbie,
Good.
me and Debbie did.
And I'll say-
Was auditor.
And I'll say too, Pete is also still moving forward on his side of things. They have a hearing.
June 25th.
Yeah, June 25th. So
Yeah.
it was set out pretty far. So I think the mayor and Ray and Jason all talked and agreed that moving forward with this process also, rather than obviously waiting until a hearing in June, would be ideal. So there's an outstanding judgment in that case as well that can be certified, which Pete and I have discussed.
Yeah, it's got a ways.
Yep.
So you need a motion to.
To accept the conflict of interest disclosure statement.
Motion by Lisa to accept the conflict of
And
interest.
I will second it wholeheartedly.
Second by Cliff. All those in favor?
Aye.
It's unanimous. Now, the next step would be to approve the contract itself.
Yeah, so then there is a professional services contract, and that would be with the city and Morris Lawn and Landscape. And again, that's the initial service of $450 for mowing and trimming, and then mowing and trimming $75 per occurrence thereafter. And that would be at the direction of the mayor.
And it is a contract that just the mayor needs to sign. Right?
And look at the signature
It looks
page.
like it from that last.
Yes,
So
yeah.
the first time around, it's total $1,500.
No, that was the
This is first option.
450 was the option that was selected. The 1,050 was
Oh, that was.
an option to like also
Okay.
haul away a bunch of the clippings.
So it'll be 450 and then 75 each additional term.
So. Yeah.
I'll make the motion. Are you done? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, no, go ahead. No.
I'll move it, please.
Motion by Leach to accept the contract with Morris.
Okay.
Second by Don. All in favor?
And I'm sure he'll get to it as soon as we can. We do,
Yeah.
we want to coordinate that with the sheriff too.
Oh, yeah, we do. And he intends on, for the record, I believe doing it this weekend if everything is in accordion in the weather committee.
Yeah, because I believe, didn't you say Tom delivered it? He and delivered the
Tom hand
letter?
delivered it, and they will send a deputy as well when.
Yeah.
Okay, so. All we need is the mayor's signature.
Yeah, the
right?
contract just.
So,
I agree. The strategic investment plan was OTCF.
you guys, I gave you all one of those, so you can take a peek at it. My understanding, not something we have to decide.
No, what, the timeframe on it, to use these funds, which is $500,000 set aside for this project, by December of 28 to be finished, but they do need some guidance on what is the most important of the options in this packet. That's what you can, council if you would, and they'd like to have that by the end of July, some guidance on it. The different, if you look through that, there's multiple things. Plan 1, plan 2, exactly, so on and so on, or you could piece things together out of each one.
But they were my thoughts on what would be.
Yeah. And we need you guys guidance on that before we move elsewhere. So hopefully, maybe you have a month to look at it and get with me or Jane or all of us and let us know.
One I didn't find.
Sound good?
Yeah.
That's quite a gift. She walked in the office. I was kind of, wasn't expecting it.
Put a lot of work in it.
Yeah.
Right.
I was gonna say, it's the
Thank you.
lily
To your
phase,
part,
ain't it?
to-
Is that right?
It is part of Lily.
Lily
yes.
phase.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So they got $500,000 to use towards this thing that we did the big study on, so.
Okay, you put in a lot of work.
Pretty good news. All right, the Honored Memorial OCCF donation, this would be in honor of Leroy Gard.
Yes. No,
Lots to the community.
One of the last of the the greatest generation World War II veterans, Mark's father. So
he served on planning commission
Yeah.
for, I can't remember how many years,
Yeah,
but,
true.
and he's always been helpful with people's taxes and Medicaid, Social
Yeah.
Security, Medicare.
Always active in the community.
Yeah,
lived an amazing life. I can
yes.
be that old.
We never recommended the mound.
That's up to you guys.
Oh, speaking
What do we
of that,
want?
I think we've been doing around that.
that's yours.
What do we normally do, Ray? Is that what it is?
50 to 100, yeah, and usually what we do, the utilities matches. So that's that's typical.
You need a motion.
In an amount,
I'd like to make a motion that we do $100 in honor of Mr. Guard.
Motion by Cliff to do $100. Second by Don. All those in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Thanks. Important dates. Summerfest, June, that's this Saturday, June 6th. What is the time frame on that? You know,
You could start at 4 maybe,
like 4 to 10, I think.
and remember,
That's right, there's a wedding.
there's
Or,
an
excuse me.
engagement.
Engagement. Let's not get it.
Engagement.
You gotta figure out a schedule, Mike.
So we understand,
That's around 7 o'clock.
yeah, that'll be around 7. not sure, is the stage, Mike, is it down at the pavilion or is it in the center of
It's
Fox?
down to the pavilion.
Okay, so, so if you're around, you might come see Mr. and Lady B and get engaged.
Board of Works would be Thursday, June 25th at 6 p.m. And then the next stated council meeting will be Thursday, July 2nd at 6 p.m.
I will be out of town.
Well, yeah,
Just as a heads up, yeah.
Thanks.
Video thing.
yeah, you can watch it later.
Yeah. So I'll. Yeah.
Megan, are you here to speak to council?
Yes. Yes,
Go
you ready
ahead.
for me?
I assume that.
No, I. Oh,
Long time no see.
yeah. Thank you. I also have an estimate from the last one. Thank you, sir. I'm Megan Reese. I'm a stained glass artist. I've been working with glass for the last 40 some odd years. I made the window for Heritage Hall. And unfortunately, due to installation issues, it wasn't supported properly, and so it came down. I volunteered to come in and make a bid on it a while back, and eventually the Works Committee was ready to speak with me, and I've come up with a proposal for you. So there were 3 stages of the actual job. The first was completed today. It's not listed on the paperwork. Basically removing the old broken window and taking some new measurements and just kind of assessing the situation for any future activity. I did contact Glass Unlimited out of Madison, formerly Glass Pro. They came out and they gave you an estimate. They would have to come out again to get better measurements and also to see the window from the inside. It was previously boxed in. Now it's so I've given you my proposal to do a repair on the job. And giving you the Glass Unlimited information as well. So if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer for you.
For the record, the Board of Works approved the first step of this, which was the, like she said, removal of the window and getting it in the possibility of if you decide to move forward with your options.
And then something else before I forget, there's $1,200 in private funds.
Yeah, I wanted to bring that up too. Originally, I said, I gave a bid for $600 for the removal. I'd like to cut that in half because it wasn't nearly as hard as it might be. So just, I'll send an invoice over to Ray. So only 300 for the, I'd like to work with you all. So. Bless yours too.
So normally for something like this, there would be a process of, getting multiple bids, but because it's a specialized thing, it's stained glass, there is a special purchasing method called single source for supply, which I think would apply here, especially given that her familiarity with this window, with the structure. Is that the question you were going to ask, Tom?
Yes.
He's got us well.
What does that mean?
So for purchasing supplies or services, well, not services, purchasing supplies and public works projects, there's usually a minimum requirement for 3 bids, that you go out and get multiple bids to ensure that you're getting, the best price for the money being spent. There are special purchasing methods, and I was saying I think this would apply as a special purchasing method because one of those is single source for supply. And given that it's really more so an artistic piece than anything, and your familiarity with the structure and with the window, that I thought which is, it's Indiana Code 5-22-10-8. So if you wanted to move forward, the professional services agreement or contract would reference that statute.
Would that apply also to our Glass Unlimited?
I think it would because it's all part of the same
Yeah. They've done,
process.
they've done the door down there at Heritage Hall.
They're
They
good.
also did the door at the Legion.
They're very good. And what's there right now protecting where the stained glass window was is not. enough.
Plexiglass.
It's junk, yeah, so
It's kinda yellow.
yeah, if you're gonna spend that, you definitely have to spend that to
Right,
protect it.
I would just add a little bit to that information, just some background on the Lexan that people are using currently versus what they were using, say, 20 years ago. It's different. You just want to, there's an inside and an outside. You want to make, just verify that it's installed properly with the outside out and that it's properly sealed afterward to protect it from getting any more, dirt or grime or the dirt that's on the plexi that's there now. It's all on the exterior. And it looks like it's been wiped or somebody tried to clean it and it wasn't. It just needs to be a better situation.
And you feel like if it's installed right, we won't have the same issues again. Right? Thanks.
There is a line in the council budget for Heritage Hall expenses, so you guys know. I mean, I usually take like internet, various, things out of their electric. But, there is a little bit of money in there and we could potentially transfer some funds if so desire. So just so you know.
And I'm sorry, you guys have just got this right now without knowing, but I didn't realize you were coming tonight. I'm glad you did. It was a short time, and I wasn't expecting you to see me either.
Want to do?
I look at it as taking care of.
So this is the first time I've saw this.
Yeah. Well, if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them at any time. If you're not ready to talk about it now.
You've been very patient. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to go ahead and.
Would you?
Is it 9230? Oh, is that what I'm seeing?
Yeah.
So it's 9230. So there's 2230 to Glass Unlimited, and then Miss Reese's quote is 7,000. What I would probably do instead of you sending some, I would probably just carry over that 3,000 and note it.
300.
300, sorry.
Yeah.
I was trying to get. Instead of making it an accounting nightmare, I would probably, if you're fine with it, carry over that 300 and just reference it in this.
Sure.
Okay. And then there's 1,200. Who's the 1,200 coming from?
Anonymous.
Okay, anonymous.
So what would the motion be worded as then with those changes to it? What's how the amount works? If you guys want to act on it.
So the city's portion. So you take the 300 off the 7,000, we're at 6,700, and then the $1,200 net donation. The city's portion would for your portion for your quote would be 5,500, and then the Glass Unlimited would be the 2,230. So that's 7,730 total.
And if I can raise any more private money, can that come in at a later time or does that cause an issue?
I mean, you
Once
can
you
make the
pay it,
motion
yeah.
you can make the motion to not to exceed, and if more private money comes in before I get this contract put together.
No, I'm good.
I don't need that, we.
Do that.
Do that thing.
Sorry.
No.
Be happy.
All right.
I'd be happy to second that.
So motion by Lisa to accept this proposal with the wording that Andy put as the amounts. And seconded by Cliff. All those in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Thank
There
you.
you go.
Thank you.
Thank you much.
Thank you.
Thanks, me.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you.
I just saw her, so I knew she was there. I had got to that. So I do not have any miscellaneous. But someone else may, so
I've got something.
I was going to say, I've
carry
got a
on.
whole stack.
I know we've got an event coming up this weekend.
Yes.
What, I forgot the name of the event. Sorry. Yeah, yes. All right, I should know all the things. I'd just like to see if there's an update. Is Dora gonna be in place for this?
No, we don't have a signage.
Okay. Okay, have the two main vendors been notified of guidelines? Is there something, Andy, that we could print up to hand those vendors and this is how it works?
They will. Once we have the signs in order, all the marking in place, then we're gonna make sure that the two that are involved in it know the
They'll
guy.
actually get like
Yeah,
guidelines
We'll hand it to
and
them.
their stickers. Okay,
Mhm.
Correct.
Yeah.
okay.
I just felt like there's.
We just haven't talked about it. a
No,
lot,
and
you know,
we've been discussing it here
Yeah.
off and on, but yeah, there's no reason to get to that point till we have it marked.
Yeah, Keith did send, or Dion did send the stuff today.
and it's
So
temporary markers right now until we
Right.
get.
Okay.
Okay.
they're going, Jason said they'd go on the barricades. They'd be like a political sign, in a sense. One says entering Dora, and one side says exiting Dora. And then we'd have some that we could put in the, like, right away or whatever.
Well-
Until we see what all we need.
I would assume for sure we'll have it done before the 4th of July. So we're just unfortunately, we're missing the summer fest one.
Yeah.
We've been working on it and trying to order all the supplies and,
Okay, I just hadn't heard.
no, it's a good question. Thanks for that. Thanks for bringing it up.
Okay, you want mine?
You got a stack, you said?
I do. Okay, so we'll start just on the top. They're not real hard. We have Mark and Jason, and I don't know, Mike, if you've been a part of the Christmas light refurbish project they've been doing for the past 3 or 4 years. And so they refurbished the animated riverboat, the Santa sleigh and reindeer, and the pole mount wreath, and the garland skyline with white lantern. And it's a total of $7,546.75. We budgeted 10, so they have enough that I can't approve it, and it came in after the docket. So, but they'll have to go pick up the stuff, and when they go pick it up, they take the check with them. So Mark and Paul started really working on refurbishing them and making sure that, you know, they stay in good shape because they're not cheap at all.
So the money's already there, but you just can't spend it unless they approve it.
Yeah.
Docket. Yes.
So you need a motion?
Yeah, we do.
Go ahead. Don.
All right, I'll move that we approve that expenditure.
Motion by Don,
Second.
seconded by Lisa. All those in favor?
Aye.
Carried unanimously.
Thank you. Let's see. We have Navy Bean updates you guys can take and read up on your own time. We're working through this. We also, last year, we received a Navy Bean stipend. And that was for the mayor's office and the clerk's office. And, you know, and I haven't said anything to Steve about this, but the mayor never received one, but he could.
Nah.
I just wanted, Yanez, it was Yanez and, Mike, me, and Heather that received them last year. So I would just like to, I guess, request that the same people can receive them again, including Amy. And just, I guess, so you're aware, Heather is no longer working in the clerk treasurer's office. So she did receive one pay for an ABB because we had done,
Yes, you're still
we
here.
had done quite a bit.
Time.
Yeah, you start working on it.
The emails start coming in. I'm like,
Yeah.
we're already working on
As
this?
soon as it ends.
Yeah. So I just, before we move forward, it's, how much was it, Andy, 500? it was 500 and I put it on the salary ordinance, so it's already on the salary ordinance, but I just wanted approval from you guys to know who you were paying for it.
So the removal of Heather and the addition of Amy, right?
Yeah. It's Navy and it's like June, July, August, September is what we had paid for it. I think Mike, I'm not sure, do you know Mike? I thought maybe for some reason I was thinking that it might have been 3 for one and 4 for. So, I mean, just going back by the minutes. But I mean, we've all been working on it. We've been, like I said, we're down another person again. We just can't keep that position. And so, you know, it's a
So same number, same amount from when, this last year.
Basically.
yeah, basically.
Just doubling around.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Mark's, you know, he's salary, so. So I just wanted to, do I need a motion for that?
The stipend, the Navy being stipend for
Stipend pay for
those little,
CT, Amy, Heather one. And then, Mike and Yanez.
Need a motion?
yes,
I'll make a motion, we approve the guidance for Navy being 2026.
motion by Cliff to approve the Navy being stipend for those listed.
I'll second.
Second by Don, all those in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous.
Thank you, guys. And let me see, I gotta find my little cheat sheet. In your documents, you got a list of summer help, and that included the pool and the street department. You got the Navy bean. We did, get one additional boat slip that I'm aware of. Terry Crouch came in, so we've still got a couple boat slips available. You got your Navy bean update. Let's see. Okay. Christmas lights refurbished. Okay, then I have these little forms that Mark wants you guys to sign. These, Andy, do you want to talk about this child protection policy? This is for Cliff and Britt. They haven't done this yet. Remember, we had to do it for insurance.
Mhm. Yeah, and a couple of years ago, we put a policy in place, a child protection policy, at the request of insurance, and
You know,
I know you don't want me to read the whole thing.
Yeah, you don't.
yeah, just sum it.
It's due.
Summit. It's been a while since we put this in place.
We have to.
So the because the city has parks and activities and things, the insurance requested that we put a child protection policy in place. There's duty to report abuse or neglect. The policy also requires background checks that be completed. There's additionally in the policy, there's guidelines as far as supervision. If we're hosting an event that has children, as far as how those children are to be supervised. Unsupervised one-on-one contact with children is prohibited. And then there's conduct requirements for city employees, agents, and volunteers that obviously are to protect the children. And then there's a portion of the policy deals with retaliation and taking retaliatory action, how that is prohibited. And then
I mean, Mark said he has to run background, or he doesn't, but he has background checks ran. And everybody's passed. But the only two that haven't signed are Britt and Cliff. I don't know. So,
Thank you. Have a good night.
I don't think you guys were here yet when we did this, and then it probably just didn't get brought up.
yeah. July 22nd or July of 22. You were already here, right, Don? So, yeah.
That's what it is.
So-
It's the-
Well, that wouldn't apply.
It'll apply to Todd too then probably because.
Todd already signed. Yeah,
When did he, was?
5/19/26.
Oh,
So
Rick just very,
he must have
Yeah.
came in
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Came in, did it.
and so you can see where Todd signed, so. There you guys. Okay. let me
Got
see.
more?
Yeah, just a couple more.
Good grief.
I told you I had a whole list that I was starting up.
That ends.
And then, I gave you guys this must thing. This is, a resource guide for Maine. So this is, read up on this. It's really in-depth information, but it might help you understand how the taxes are gonna start. We need to start thinking about contacting the county and setting up a little committee. So I can send this to you, and I think I received it in an email form, so if you guys want it by email, let me know. And let's see. Got that.
I think that's.
I think that was, we don't need to discuss that, right? I think that's it, believe it or not.
Well, wasn't bad.
Yeah, I said they were easier.
Rick, you want these checks forms back?
Yes.
All right, any comments from the public? Sir,
Yeah, I got one,
what's your name, please?
Gary driving.
Okay.
And I live on 717 Street. And I got 3 parcels, right? And I was missing one tag to make a loop. I'm trying to get it on one deed. So I got surveyed and the surveyed, send this paperwork back, and then they have the deed on it, or the easement on it. This lady, they put a driveway through my land, which I give permission. And it wasn't on there. So Mike says, he ain't gonna sign it. So I sent it back to the surveyor, and he sent me one with it on there, just cause I guess he didn't wanna have to reimburse my money back because he couldn't get the job done, so. So I'm trying to find out. I got like 27, no, I got. Yeah, $2,600 in this, so I'm trying to I wanna get it on one deed. And it's, the easement really. My lawyer says ain't no easement on there, and the surveyor says either, there's an implement where that really is. Implemented, ain't been implemented in. And the driveway stays, and I'm with the 20/70. Also off there, cause they ain't really, if you're gonna do me, you gotta do the lady next to me and the lady over there. And
Right. Well, these things would be recorded at the courthouse, right, on the deed work, correct?
I don't know.
Because that's, like, who handles deed issues and
So
such.
in the recorder's office, you record surveys, deeds, et cetera. Mr. Gravy brought me a survey. There's a recorded easement plat that didn't reflect on the first survey for the consolidation, right? Mr. Gravy did bring a second one back. And it did show the recorded easement and drawing, but there's language in there that did not get changed. I forwarded the information to Attorney Pete Johns, our zoning attorney. I believe he talked to Ruth Ann Stinger, who knows more about land. At this time, I have been recommended by the zoning attorney not to sign any document until the issue is resolved. And Attorney Pete Johns was going to reach back to Mr. Gravy's surveyor.
Okay.
I would ask at this time that Attorney Audendis will reach out to Attorney Pete Johns, and then report accordingly.
There you go.
Yeah, and Pete did, just so Mr. Gravy knows that Pete has talked to me about it also. I just need to touch base with him about it. So he has been working on it, and so I'm gonna email him now and.
Okay.
And it sounds like you're in contact with Mike frequently, so if we get any information, we'll pass that on, correct?
So I believe Pete was to talk to his surveyor, which then his surveyor would have got back to Mr. Gravy.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Uh-huh. Mr. White.
Really don't have anything, but I enjoyed the history lesson.
Wasn't it great?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I finally got my 1798 out there in print.
That
Yeah.
was great. From the audience, where'd you find that? I wrote
I wrote it.
Absolutely. All right. Council needs to look at the claims. And if they're satisfied with that, we need to pass those. You were a great history teacher.
Oh, that's right.
That was
I had it go. No.
He's pretty accurate.
for government, yeah. Which kind of was
It's very
similar, yeah.
Sure, did we keep yours?
Evidently.
Mr. White, I think you have us all.
That's-
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was back to late.
That's my appropriation.
When did you start teaching here? What year?
67,
Wow. Until when?
2013,
Yeah,
will be 6 years.
right. Amazing,
All the,
I survived you guys.
and all the athletic,
right? You've had
all the trips on the bus, the ball games. Yeah,
Senior trips.
Senior trip.
great time.
Yeah, you did a lot.
I should have got the detentions I didn't get.
That's
So you want to make a motion to approve the claims?
Are you still looking?
Still working.
So we're good.
Very good.
I'll move that we approve. Thanks.
Motion by Lisa to approve the monthly claims,
I'll second.
second by Cliff. All those in favor?
Aye.
Carries unanimous. Thanks. Anything else for the good of the order? Let's ask permission to adjourn. Motion to adjourn. Oh, you do that. Motion by Britt to adjourn,
I'll second.
second by Don. All those in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.
Thank you. Budget day, my phone's extension. Well, I guess, you know, on my own.
Thank you, everybody.
Yes, ma'am.
Same down things, just change the dates. We need to go ahead and send it.
Okay. You got it, Matt.
Oh, my bad.
All right, we're still hot and we disarmed
Hey,
the.
Ray, can
I
I,
make that.
would it be all right if I get a nice copy of that proclamation from you there?
Yeah, I
Okay,
got
you'll make
to,
Kill the Fat.
Good.
yeah, fill the pound.
I get that.
Usually says leave the meeting. I bet you it's because he unplugged.